from the National News Studio, Sri Lanka.
Pleasant evening and a very warm welcome to the National News broadcast. We are coming to you live from the National News Studio. I'm Dulanjali Ananda.
And I am Lakshita Singh. Starting off, we take a quick look at tonight's headlines.
A medical investigation into the deaths of 12 patients in 3 hospitals in Kandy. 21 persons injured when a bus toppled in Demodara. Veterinarians of Thailand say Muthuraja Tusker is in good health. Train transport in the Northern Line commences after modernization. Higher demand for local mushrooms in the foreign market. Remaining portion of the Colombo Port City artificial beach vested with the people. A new Sri Lankan record in the 400-meter mixed relay event. Sanctions against North Korea have been strengthened.
For those and other stories in detail on local news. A group including the Director General of Health Services was engaged in an inspection tour at several hospitals in the Kandy district to find facts on several deaths reported from these hospitals in the recent past.
The aim was for a medical evaluation of these incidents. It has been, the Director General of Health Services, Dr. Asela Gunawardena, said that an allergic condition has been witnessed on 2 patients when the disputed drug was used once again at the Kandy Teaching Hospital. However, necessary treatment has been given to confront the allergic condition, and all patients are now in their normal status. The Director General has further stated that more than 10 batches of this medicine have been distributed by them. He also said that this drug is continuously being used in the hospitals. He further said that until quality testing is conducted in a laboratory, the drug in remaining batches will be provided to patients in 2 hospitals. It has been pointed out that 7 patients have died at the Kandy National Hospital, 3 at the Peradeniya Teaching Hospital and 2 more patients at the Sirimavo Bandaranaike Hospital. Numerous definitions have been put forward in controversial discussions regarding these deaths. The Minister of Health has informed officials to provide him a report on these incidents. Today's tour was intended to accumulate facts for the preparation of the report.
Now, dengue eradication programs are being conducted throughout these days. One such program was conducted in Gotatua today. Even drone cameras were used in the inspection of houses and adjacent environment in the area. The Excellence Lions Club of Kotikawata were the sponsors of the program, which was carried out under the supervision of the police and the Civil Defence Task Force. The program has been conducted under a proposal of the organizer of the Podujana Peramuna in Kolonnava, Ajit Subasinghe. Minister Bandula Gunawardena has also attended the event. Minister Dr. Bandula Gunawardena said that we are unable to implement infrastructure development projects without having proper capital. Therefore, receiving loans to develop such infrastructure facilities as roads and electricity is essential. The minister added that even for dengue control, the state financial resources may not be adequate. He added that people in Kolonnava has given a fine example to the country by taking their own initiatives in dengue control. The minister has also commended the business community for embarking on such a project to safeguard human lives. Ratmalana SLTB depot has also conducted a dengue control program yesterday following reports of a danger of the spread of dengue mosquitoes in the area as reported to the health divisions. Officers of the Medical Officer of Health Division have also participated in the program. Now, a situation has been created which has made it impossible to operate the lighting system of the new Kalani Bridge as a result of damages inflicted on it by an unnamed group.
The Road Development Authority says the damages have also been caused to the copper cable network of the Katunayaka Expressway. These acts of sabotage has incurred a loss of around 275 million rupees to the authority. It was in the year 2014 that construction of the new Kalani Bridge had begun. The construction had taken place as a remedy to the severe traffic congestion between Orogodavatta in Paliyagoda and the Ingurukade junction. The total cost of the project was around 50 billion rupees. The new Kalani Bridge was opened for public transport in November 2021. Construction of the new bridge has enabled to minimize roadblocks, to increase speed of motor vehicles, as well as to save expenditure on maintenance and to minimize human working hours by substantial amounts. Director General of Road Development Authority ALVS Veerakon said that significant amount of money is to be allocated for the restoration of services. Therefore, they have decided to hand over the security of the properties to a special unit established under the Kalani Bridge. The loss incurred as a result of the damages caused to the proper cable network of the Katunaik Expressway were estimated around 250 million rupees. The Road Development Authority requests the general public to inform any information pertaining to any person engaged in such destructive acts to the telephone number 1969 or to the security divisions.
The Department of Motor Traffic says a program is underway to grant permission for the fixing of new accessories for three-wheelers. The department adds that, however, a fee will be levied for installation of the new parts. More than 2 million three-wheelers are being used throughout the island. Installation of new accessories has been restricted through the Motor Traffic Act. However, illegal installations had taken place. Taking into consideration of the high demand of the youth, attention has been focused to give way for the creativity of such groups. However, prior to the carrying out of the necessary changes, they should be notified to the Department of Motor Traffic via telephone number 0112-033333. The charges to be levied on changes and accessories could be received through this phone number. Assistant Commissioner of Motor Traffic Sujiva Tennakon said that despite whatever modifications on the vehicle, the height, width and the length of the vehicle could not be altered. A certificate will be provided confirming the introduction of new accessories. This certificate should be kept by the driver and presented to the police upon inquiry. If the accessories were fitted in a dangerous manner, police will be able to take a decision in this regard.
The artificial beach constructed in the Colombo port city was declared open for the general public today. Many facilities have been provided for the local and foreign tourists who come to watch the 2-kilometer-long beach strip.
Of South Asia's city of the future.
Any person is entitled to visit the beach free of charge. This is an opportunity for family recreation. The man-made beach environment is comprised of a host of local and foreign cafeterias as well. There are facilities for water sports as well. Other constructions in the Colombo port city are presently taking place. Another part of the artificial bridge was opened, or rather artificial beach was opened for the general public several years ago. The remaining portion of the beach was vested with the people today. Now, as we all know, mushroom is a delicate food.
There are many farmers in Sri Lanka who earn their incomes by growing mushrooms. Many entrepreneurs have achieved successful results by engaging in exporting mushrooms as a value-added product. A mushroom mixture is presently being used in producing burgers. As a result, it has fetched a unique value in the foreign market. This is not an animal food, but only a plant-based food for high
We retail in the local market plus export to main countries like Australia, US and about 8 countries in Europe. We've been in R&D for about 2.5 years and we do about 10,000 patties. However, we see that there's going to be a steep increase in demand for this product over the next 2 to 3 years. Different concept about the premises we are in, we call it Silk Agtech Park, is that along with the factory we have a lot of model concepts here. There's an organic plantation, a mushroom house, a couple of different types of greenhouse, from a traditional greenhouse to a very advanced high-tech NFT based greenhouse. And the concept behind this model farm is that we wanted to experience all of these firsthand ourselves, get the know-how, get the experience, then potentially transfer this to a farmer base and get them to supply back to us. My relationship with the EDB began in 2014 as I started my business as an export entrepreneur. Must say it's been one of the most easiest public sector organizations to work with. In terms of the support, we've received grant for R&D purposes, especially in making this vegan burger patty, and also help in attending international trade shows in terms of giving us booth space.
And now we have more news from home in brief. The Yal Devi train has recommenced journeys to the north today after the renovation of the Northern Railway line. The train has left for Kankasanthare from Mount Lavinia railway station at 5:45 this morning. 21 persons were injured when a private bus toppled in Demodara on the Badula-Colombo main road. 2 of the injured were admitted to the Demodara Regional Hospital and the other 19 to the Badula General Hospital. The bus was reported to have fallen on a slope of around 15 feet. The police say excessive speed and careless driving have caused the accident.
Mobile service of the Ministry of Labour and Foreign Employment has gotten underway in Mutraveli, Jaffna today. It has been named as Global Fair 2023. The service is being conducted with the objective of creating reconciliation between the ethnic groups. Provision of necessary guidance to youth in the northern province for migration has also taken place. Minister Manusha Nanayakar has presided over the commencement of the mobile service. Minister Douglas Devananda and other representatives have also attended the event. The mobile service will be conducted tomorrow as well.
Now, State Minister Ranjit Singh Balapitiya says only bulk toddy suppliers who supply to the distilleries are being subjected to new taxation. He has made these remarks at a media briefing in Ruanwala yesterday. The State Minister said that people are not being burdened by taxes once again through this measure. They are hoping to take part of the incomes taken away by certain racketeers. Therefore, many challenges are expected when implementing the program. The new taxes are only for the toddy in bulk quantities. Due to preferring the government is deprived of any income. And that is why the government is taking measures to levy a tax and safeguard the producer. The new program will only promote activities in a more feasible manner.
Veterinarians in Thailand say that the tusker Muthuraja returned to Thailand recently is in an extremely good health condition. The majestic tusker is currently undergoing a quarantine period. The Thai medical experts have reported on the medical status of the animal after subjecting it to a comprehensive health check. Bringing back of Muthuraja to Thailand has been a controversial issue in Sri Lanka in the recent past. Medical tests conducted in Thailand have confirmed that the tusker was in good health. It has also been pointed out that local veterinarians had treated 2 large-scale injuries in the back feet of the elephant. Some reports say that the wounds were in the process of healing even at the time when the animal was brought back to Thailand. However, some non-governmental organizations and groups are reported to be continuously providing false impressions on the health of the Muthuraja tusker. According to these groups, 5 large-scale wounds had appeared in the body of Muthuraja, but the report issued by the Thai veterinarians has clearly substantiated the fact that these were false allegations. The topic of Muthuraja has aroused the interest of the local national television as well. In the Shanida Ayubuan program of the SLRC, lengthy discussions were centered on numerous facts relating to tamed elephants. Dewadana Nilame and the president of the Association of Tamed Elephants, Pradeep Nilangadala, said that chains are needed for the safety of animals as well as for those humans who are carrying such animals. When dog walking, it is necessary to put a dog collar and chain to control the animal. The Dewadana Nilame has recalled how white nationals during the colonial period had shot to death more than 1,400 elephants, including 61 tuskers. He added that residents say even the tombstones of these perpetrators of these carnage were not spared of strikes of lightning. Dewadana Nilame Nilangadal also accused certain non-governmental organizations trying to safeguard the offenders as they are under the influence of dollars and pounds given to them by the foreign groups. Dean of the Faculty of the Department of Veterinary Clinics, Professor Ashoka Dangal of the Peradeniya University, said that the sharp instrument used by the mahouts does not mean to harm the elephants. He has questioned if a blunt instrument is used that would not bring any protection to the user. This is only a safety instrument to guide the animal. All Ceylon Committee meeting and the Executive Council of the Sri Lanka Freedom Party was held today under the leadership of former President Maithripala Sirisena. Nimal Siripala de Silva, Mahinda Amaravira and Lasantha Lagewanna, currently holding ministerial portfolios, have also attended the meeting held at the party headquarters in Colombo. In addition, a large number of representatives in the Executive Council have also attended the event. Former President Maithripala Sirisena said that a minor revision has been made in the charter with the objective of increasing the membership in the Central Committee and the Board of Officials. Professor Rohana Lakshman Piyadas of the SLFP said that government ministers were convened to an Executive Council meeting today under a judicial order. General Secretary of the SLFP, Dayasiri Jayasekara, said that they have made a request to join with their hearts rather than joining according to judicial decisions. Minister Mahinda Amaravira said that in the year 2015 as well, when Maithripala Sirisena was in power, one group was in the opposition and the other in the government. He added that their party leader has never stated not to stay in the government.
Now, New Zealand High Commissioner to Sri Lanka, Michael Appleton, says the official opening of the New Zealand High Commission in Sri Lanka is a chance for the two countries to take their close relations to the next level. He made these remarks while addressing an event held in Colombo yesterday. New Zealand High Commission in Sri Lanka was officially inaugurated yesterday in line with the Maori New Year. Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardena was the chief guest of the event. The event featured Gati Koraha and Maori Kapa Haka, group with performances reflective of the culture of the New Zealand's indigenous people. Many politicians, business leaders, civil society representatives and community groups were also present at the occasion.
On the outset, I wish to thank the government of New Zealand for setting up a resident mission in Colombo and to congratulate the High Commission and the High Commissioner, His Excellency Michael Appleton, an outstanding diplomat who has already done a yeoman's service to promote bilateral ties between our two countries. I am confident that the official opening of the New Zealand High Commission will assist in forging stronger links between our two countries across all spheres, focusing primarily on advancing economic relations, trade, education, investment partnership, especially in the fields of animal husbandry, livestock development, and also in the support that is extended in the economic reforms that Sri Lanka is proceeding with. May I recall and thank the government of New Zealand and Your Excellency for the support given in the difficult times that Sri Lanka has passed in the last few months. Under President Ranil Wickremesinghe, the state that was, we all know what we passed through. We also inherited anarchy, but we have restored law and order. We also had to go through bankruptcy and an unprecedented situation a country faces. With your support, friendly countries, IMF and the World Bank, we are now able to restore and to be moving towards a path of restoration, for which your government has to extend us continuously the support, especially to children in their nutrition programs, which New Zealand extend its support, and medicinal programs. Once again, on behalf of the government, may I thank you.
Given these themes of matariki, of renewal and of a new beginning, it is entirely appropriate that today we also celebrate the official opening of New Zealand's High Commission in Sri Lanka at a pivotal moment in this country's history. Over the past 2 years, in challenging circumstances for Sri Lanka and indeed the world, we have sought to co-write a new chapter in the relations between our two countries. We have opened a High Commission here in Sri Lanka because we want the connections between our two peoples, governments, economies and societies to be renewed, built up and taken to the next level. As Sri Lanka has grappled with its searing economic crisis, New Zealand has sought to help where we could. Indeed, as Sri Lanka seeks to write a new chapter in its history, the New Zealand-Sri Lanka relationship is also adapting, renewing, moving in different directions. At the height of the crisis last year, we provided humanitarian assistance targeting malnourished children and struggling farmers. More recently, we have been focused on providing niche technical assistance in policy areas where we have expertise and Sri Lankan authorities are seeking to make reform. Over the last 40 years, New Zealand has become a much wealthier, more open export and more export-oriented economy, as well as a much more diverse society. And some of the lessons that we have learned as we have made that transition are relevant for Sri Lanka today. Public financial management, state sector reform, and diversity in political representation are three of the areas that we are focusing on with Sri Lankan authorities. And in coming years, as Sri Lanka seeks to adapt, improve and reform in response to its crisis, New Zealand will be here in Colombo, a steady, a friendly and independent partner looking for new ways to cooperate that benefit our two peoples, whether in commerce, education, tourism, sport, security, foreign policy or via our respective amazing diasporas. And so, in the spirit of our Matariki holiday, I would like to end by wishing Sri Lankans, and indeed the Sri Lankan-New Zealand relationship, renewal, hope and a new beginning.
Well, State Minister Suren Raghavan says that syllabi of higher education will have to be updated to suit the future challenges. He has made these observations at a media discussion conducted under the theme All in One Path in a Stable Country at Presidential Media Centre yesterday.
Fundamentally, I believe a responsible government need to time inform its citizen the progress of the government as a responsibility of the contract that the government will have with the citizen. We live in an age where information is important. Last 4 years, even with huge economic challenges and fundamental restructures of this country, the state and government had invested nearly about 75 billion for higher education, and on average the country's budget allocation for entire education had been 250 billion rupees. In the 17 universities, we offer 998 different undergrad degrees and about another 50 postgrad degrees. Out of these 988 degrees, 349 are what we call art stream degrees. So we have had a perennial issue of these art degree holders. When they come out, how do they integrate themselves with the society? This reason for this is that Sri Lanka has 10,218 general schools, out of which about 3,000 are offering advanced level. The sad side is that out of the 3,000 schools, only 2,100 only offers the art streams. There are no other streams in these schools. So this is a fundamental structural issue the state is looking at, how to reform our general education. So we get, out of our 40,000 average now that we intake for our universities, it's roughly about 16,000 are art degree seekers. So this cycle is keep going, and we need to find how we can positively intervene. President Honorable Ranil Wickremesinghe is very committed on this. Education reform. Sri Lanka is always poised to be one of the best hubs for education. Education is a fundamental human right. So my president is committed to see a way we can deliver. Our aim is to create a critical Sri Lankan who is a global citizen.
The Turkish 15th July Democracy and National Unity Day commemoration ceremony was held at the Turkish ambassador's residence in Colombo today. Democracy and National Unity Day of Turkey is celebrated on July 15th every year. It honors the bravery, national unity and the lives of those who died in the failed coup d'etat for democracy of 2016. On July 15th, a rogue military faction tried to overthrow Turkey President Recep Tayyip Erdogan, killing 259 people, mostly civilians, and injuring over 2,500 others. This day proves the dedication and commitment of the Republic of Turkey and its people to the rule of law and democracy. The ceremony was held under the patronage of Ambassador of Turkey to Sri Lanka.
Today, we stand together to commemorate the 7th anniversary of the failed coup attempt that took place in 15 July 2016. Surely, this is a date forever etched in our hearts as the Democracy and National Unity Day. I believe the 15th July should not just be remembered as a day of thwarted coup attempt, but rather a victory day where citizens emerged victorious from a war between traitors and patriots. On that night, brave citizens of Turkey gave a powerful message to the world that the power to shape a nation's destiny lies not in the barrel of a gun, but in the hand that cast the ballot. This powerful message of democratic will and the unwavering commitment of our citizens stands as a beacon of hope, not just for us, but for all nations striving to uphold the values of democracy and unity. We are pleased to note that Turkey and Sri Lanka, which have been at the forefront of the fight against terrorism, have also succeeded in eliminating fatal elements from Sri Lanka thanks to their joint efforts. Turkey continues to engage with Sri Lanka authorities with enhanced intelligence sharing and in order to build a strong, vigilant and comprehensive response to the global menace.
That's it on local stories. We have news from overseas coming your way after this short break. In foreign news, the United States, South Korea and Japan have jointly condemned the launch of an intercontinental ballistic missile by North Korea. The countries pledged to work with the international community to tighten sanctions against Pyongyang. In a joint statement, the three allies said they would push to block North Korea's illicit revenue generation through overseas workers and malicious cyber activities that they said the country uses to fund its weapons programs. Yesterday, U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken met his Japanese and South Korean counterparts on the sidelines of the Association of Southeast Asian Nations Summit in Indonesia.
On sports news, Sri Lanka has bagged the silver medal in the Asian Athletic Championship tournament 4x400 mixed relay event in Thailand today.
The Sri Lankan contingent was represented by Aruna Darshana, Kalinga Kumarage, Tarushi Karuna Ratna and Nadisha Ramanayaka. They have finished the event in 3 minutes and 15.41 seconds. This was a new Sri Lankan record as well. India won the gold medal in the event and Japan received the bronze. Tarushi Karunaratne and Gayantika Abeyaratne have qualified for the finals of the women's 800-meter running event at the Asian Athletic Championship tournament today. In the preliminary qualifying round, the men's team also gained eligibility to enter the finals of the men's 400x4 relay event. The Sri Lankan team placed second in the tournament by recording the event in 3 minutes and 4.62 seconds. Tarushi Karunaratne and Gayantika Abeyaratne have qualified for the finals of the women's 800-meter running event at the Asian Athletic Championship tournament today. In the preliminary qualifying round, Gayantika Abeyaratne came second with a timing of 2 minutes and 6.01 seconds. Tarushi Karunaratne has also finished the event in 2 minutes and 7.16 seconds.
Prima Kotumi Fantamai.
Well, that's all the news we have for tonight. Join us tomorrow at the same time for the very latest on ChannelEye. I'm Devanjali, together with Lakshita.